Previously on Love in Quarantine, Sam reconnects with an old friend and finds good chemistry. The date ended well, and they set a time for another date. On today's episode, we find out what Sam and date number 3's love languages are. Will their relationship stand the test of time? Are they the perfect pair? Stay tuned.
If you're looking for love and don't know where to go, try Sam and the dating show.
Ready to take the quiz?
So how do we want to do this? Are you going to read it off for me and then I answer the question?
I could share my screen right now. I will do that.
Can you break this down for me? Give me a minute description of
5 different love languages. Words of affirmation, gifts, physical touch, acts of service, and there's one more. I forget what the 5th one is, but there's 5 different ones, and basically this quiz will rank which one of the 5 is highest ranking, and this will basically tell you how you receive love and then what you do to give other people love. So let's say mine is words of affirmation. So I receive love when people reassure me, and then let's say you give love by doing acts of service. So just figure out what you and your partner do in terms of showing appreciation for one another.
Okay, makes sense to me.
Okay. I'd say A. How do you feel about PDA?
As long as it doesn't make other people feel uncomfortable.
I think there's a fine line between too much and then whatever is just typical couple type stuff. So
what is your fine line?
I don't want to see people making out, and a peck in public is fine, but
a full makeout session is super uncomfortable. It's the worst. Nothing's more cringy than seeing that. I like compliments.
But I'm not good at receiving compliments. I like them, but I don't know how to show that I like them. I'm just oh. I'm thumbs up.
I'm proud of you.
Okay.
What?
I'm proud of you would make me cringe and ugh.
I feel like my dad's my little league coach. And I played a really good game and he's I'm proud of you. That's super weird. I don't want to hear that. I'm going to be the risky person here and I'm going to say B.
The back massage?
Yeah, that's definitely more intimate. That's, would be more important than just being around someone. Right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's more fun to say A.
In the very beginning stages, probably A is super fun, but then B is when it starts getting real, you know?
You can do things with my partner and you're supportive.
So doing things versus supportive words.
This one's a good one. This is when it gets real. I guess I'm B. I like a relationship where it feels like a team. Both help each other kind of develop. That's important. And it's not just for lack of a better word, superficial and kind of meaningless. The ability to have that kind of shows that there's a real chemistry there, and there's a reason for the relationship at all if you have the ability to work together like that and give each other support.
Sexual touch.
What's sexual touch in public? That's my question.
I've seen things happen down in Central Park, and when it goes dark, people take the risk.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I've heard it and I've walked past it. I didn't physically go look at it. It was behind a bunch of bushes. No. So it happens.
Oh, I hate that.
The A? You hate the A?
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. But I don't hate it all the time. I hate it in the car when you're driving. Because you can't be on your phone. You have to talk to the person that's in the passenger seat. And then you're saying, you give this whole paragraph, this monologue, and you look over and they're on their phone. And you're what the hell? I just had all this to say. And they're huh?
Yes, I get that. But I will be on my phone because I usually control the aux cord. I will be looking through music.
If you're playing music and stuff, that's a little different. But when you're having a conversation, there's some people out there that you never have their full attention. Small token, they're appreciated. Small token's very vague. I don't know what that means. You know what? If I was sitting at home and they just got home and they were yo, I got you Chipotle. That'd be pretty dope. That's a token of appreciation. I'm gonna have to go with A. Just because it's Chipotle.
I remember back
You're crazy.
in the summer, we went to go get Chipotle twice, I think. I just went with you. You're oh, you're gonna go to Chipotle. I'm can I come? And you said sure. And I just came with you.
Holy shit. Yeah, I drove you. Oh my God. That's
Yeah,
funny you
and I
brought
was-
that up.
I was controlling the aux cord too, and we were listening to the Justin Bieber in the car.
Yes! Oh my god, and did we, I might be wrong, but did we listen to, Sean Kingston?
Yes! It was a collab with him and Justin Bieber.
That's hilarious. I'm happy you brought that up. I would have forgot. That's hilarious. Yeah. What asshole says A? What absolute asshole says A?
Like, even though I say B, like, takes the time to listen to me and understand my feelings, I know I'm also the type of person who will not talk about my feelings. Like, I will refuse to talk about it. Yeah, it would have to be definitely forced out of me. I tend to, like, internalize it, which is, like, awful.
Yeah. What do you think that's about?
So the thing is, like, if I have a problem with someone else, I will be okay with confronting them. Like, a problem that I'm dealing on my own, I don't want anyone else to be involved, usually.
Do you think it's, like, more effective that way?
I don't think it's effective, because then I eventually reach a breaking point, and then I have to tell someone. I don't think what I do is healthy at all, but it is, I recognize that it is what I do. It's assuming that you've already, like, been physically intimate, you know? So it's probably nothing new, per se.
What, that's nothing new?
It's
Well, you
like
better,
kinda more- I feel like
you should hope that it doesn't feel like nothing new.
But I'm just saying it's, like, kind of routine, you know? Versus, like, B is something, if it happens out of the blue.
I don't like that definition. Routine.
Okay, fine. Let's not call it routine. But you know what I mean, like.
Yeah. You don't want it to be routine. You don't want it to be, old or stale. I'm a solid A. Not in a weird way. That's a weird thing to say. That's a weird thing to say.
A 9 for acts of service. I get an 8 for acts of service. And then you get a 8 for quality time. I got a 9 for quality time. So I would say, like, those two qualities, acts of service and quality time, happens to be both of our top 2.
Acts of service. I thought that we didn't really pick that much.
Yeah, I got 2.
Yeah, that's weird. Quality time? I almost feel like we avoided that. There's something fishy going on here. I think it is generate random numbers. Okay, it is kind of true because we thought the gifts were stupid.
And it makes sense for me that I guess words of affirmation is last because, like, I get uncomfortable with words.
Yeah, we made that clear, yeah. Not in a bad way. Not in a judgmental way. I'm very surprised by these results.
Same.
It told me something I didn't expect in myself.
So now that you know this information, what are you going to do with it? It has no value unless we do something with the information we know.
What do you think? Maybe your answer will inspire me to have a good answer.
I feel like this is something you probably have to communicate to your partner, right? You would have to tell them. So if you tell them, like, oh, this is how I perceive or how I receive love, then maybe they could tell you what their top 2 is. Then there won't be as many problems.
No, that's a good answer. Let me make an analogy and you tell me if I'm dumb. I could take a test and it'll ask me 50 questions about the type of food I like to eat, right? But when I go to the grocery store, I don't need that structure to tell me what I would eat on average because I'm going to go to the grocery store and eat the kinds of things that I want to eat anyway. It's more like de facto, I'm going through my life doing this anyway, but this just kind of gives me, like, it puts it into, like, definitions, but it would have happened anyway.
You know what I mean?
Yes, but I feel like that's why you have to share this information with your partner. It's like one of those Myers-Briggs tests. Like, it's cool, like, to reaffirm, like, what you already knew about yourself, but it doesn't come to much use unless someone else, like, you're involved with probably knows that about you. So, like, the Myers-Briggs is really good, I think, if you're working in a group setting and you know how different personalities work together. Then you realize, oh, okay, they may not talk so much because they're a more analytical mindset and they just don't. It's not that they're not thinking about the problem or the issue at hand. It's just they need time to think about it and process it before speaking their opinion. So I think that's where these personality tests and just these tests in general come to use, is when you can use it in more a group setting or just with at least one other person. So
This was fun.
That was fun. I like that. That was interesting. I learned your thing or two about me and you.
Yeah, value add to the conversation.
Yeah, for real. You're right about that.
So, will the lovebirds make it to another date? Comment down below your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and follow Sam on Instagram to keep up to date with her love life. Until then, sayonara.